Look around you. Or better yet, look at yourself right now. You are holding a device capable of accessing the entire sum of human knowledge. Yet, most of the time, it is using you more than you are using it. We live in an era of hyper-efficiency. It is 2026, and technology has achieved things our ancestors could only dream of. Artificial intelligence automates our work, algorithms predict our next desire, and endless streams of content wait for us at the swipe of a single finger. We are connected to everything at all times. But inside, something is broken. Have you noticed how difficult it is to just sit still? To read a single page of a book without reaching for your pocket? To watch a beautiful sunset without the sudden, anxious urge to document it for people you barely know? This is not a lack of willpower. This is not a personal failure. You are living through a silent catastrophe. Welcome to the apocalypse of attention. Every morning, the moment your eyes open, a multi-billion-dollar industry declares war on your mind. Engineers, psychologists, and neural networks are working together with one single objective: to harvest your focus, to fragment your thoughts, and to keep you in a state of perpetual, restless distraction. They have turned your brain's natural reward system, dopamine, into a currency. And in this economy, a quiet, focused mind is a threat to their profit. 2,000 years ago, long before the first screen was ever imagined, the Roman philosopher Seneca wrote a warning that echoes perfectly into our modern chaos: to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Today we are everywhere. And as a result, we are losing our grip on the only thing we truly own, the present moment. To understand how we fix this, we must understand what they have taken from us. The ancient Stoics had a specific term for the state of a fragmented mind: prosoke. It means continuous, sharp attention. It is the practice of being awake to your own thoughts, your own judgments, and your own actions in the here and now. Without prosoke, you do not live your life, you are simply dragged through it. You become what the ancients called a drifter, a ship without a rudder, tossed around by every wave of notification, every spike of artificial anger on your feed, and every cheap drop of validation. Think about how a modern day looks. You wake up, and before your brain even fully processes reality, you check your notifications. You receive a quick hit of dopamine, like a message, a breaking news headline designed to make you angry or afraid. Before you even step out of bed, your emotional baseline has been hijacked. Throughout the day, you attempt to focus on deep work, on your studies, or on the people you love. But your mind is heavy. It feels foggy. It craves the next hit. Your attention span has been artificially shortened, reduced to 15-second intervals. Seneca observed this behavior in his contemporaries, who chased luxury and constant novelty to escape their own thoughts. He wrote, "They change one journey for another and change spectacle for spectacle." As Lucretius says, "Thus each man flees himself." But what does it avail him if he does not escape himself? He follows himself and weighs upon himself as a most troublesome companion. The scrolling we do today is simply the modern version of fleeing ourselves. We do not scroll because we are interested. We scroll because we are terrified of what we will find in the silence. We are terrified of the emptiness that arises when the noise stops. When you cannot focus, you cannot think deeply. When you cannot think deeply, you cannot form true judgments. You become easily manipulated, easily angered, and easily broken by the external world. The destruction of your attention is, ultimately, the destruction of your freedom. So, how do we wage war against an enemy that lives inside our pockets? How do we protect our minds when the world demands that we remain distracted? The answer lies in building what Marcus Aurelius called the inner citadel, an internal fortress of the mind that no external storm can penetrate. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He had 1,000,000 distractions, an empire to run, wars to fight, and political betrayal at every corner. Yet, his focus remained unshakable. How? Because he understood that his mind was a sanctuary that could only be corrupted if he allowed it. In his private journal, Meditations, he reminded himself. Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for the human spirit is colored by such impressions. If you color your mind with endless superficial digital noise, your spirit becomes superficial and noisy. If you color your mind with quiet reflection, discipline, and deep observation, your spirit becomes an anchor. To build this fortress in 2026, we must practice the Stoic art of radical elimination. It is not about abandoning technology, it is about reclaiming intentionality. It means choosing silence over background noise. It means choosing the difficulty of deep, focused work over the comfort of easy distraction. It means looking at your device not as a portal to escape reality, but merely as a tool to execute your purpose. When you intentionally deny your brain the cheap dopamine it craves, something fascinating happens. The fog begins to clear. The boredom that you feared so much turns into space. Space for creativity, space for clarity, and space for genuine peace. You begin to notice the world again. The texture of the air, the depth of your own thoughts, the weight of your choices. You transition from being a passive consumer of a world built by others, to being the active ruler of your own mind. The apocalypse of attention is not a future event. It is happening right now, every single second you choose to let an algorithm decide what you think about. But the beautiful truth about the mind is that the door to the fortress opens from the inside. The algorithm only has power over you as long as you remain unconscious of its grip. The moment you step back, the moment you observe the urge to distract yourself and choose to simply sit with the silence, you win. Let the world be loud. Let the notifications flash. Let the endless stream of chaos continue to spin like a vortex around you. You are Sapientia In Turbinen. You are the wisdom inside the storm. You are the fire inside the glass that cannot be extinguished by the wind. Put down the screen when this video ends. Step into the silence. Take a deep breath. Look at the world with your own eyes and reclaim your mind. Stay focused. Stay unmoved. Thank you for watching, and until next time.